Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. Today we are reviewing Serious Sam 4. Serious Sam 4 reignites the classic's first-person shooter series in a high-powered prequel loaded with an explosive arsenal of intergalactic carnage and Duke Nukem-style one-liners. This game has been developed by Cryo Team and published by Developer Digital. It's currently on the PlayStation, the PC and the Xbox, and it's also on Game Pass and will set you back $39.99 US. Okie dokie, we got all the details done. What is this game actually about? Well, Serious Sam 4 is actually a prequel to the 2011 release Serious Sam 3. And if Doom and Duke Nukem were to have a baby, well, Serious Sam would kind of be the offspring. The game's opening scene is off the chain. It literally loads you into a battlefield with thousands and thousands of troops going at it, you with a minigun in hand. And you literally have to tear up this battlefield until inevitably you get blown up. And that is the promise, unfortunately, that this game just ultimately never delivers. Because after that very, very short scene, you are then put into the actual game, where you will run around level to level, completing missions, completing side quests, collecting weapons, and destroying hundreds and hundreds of mobs at a time. Unfortunately for me, the entire time I was playing this game, I was thinking that I would eventually get to the thousands upon thousands of troops that the game actually opened up with. And I was kind of let down because once you get to the end of the game, there was only, unfortunately, one tiny little scene where that is repeated again. Now, I don't normally open up a review with a obviously bad flaw with the game. However, this one really hurt. I actually really liked the time that I spent in Serious Sam. I've never played a Serious Sam before. This was my first in the franchise, and I had an absolute blast. The beginning of the game for me, though, I honestly thought was a promise that would have been paid off later in the game, and unfortunately they just never delivered on that promise. And that's why, unfortunately, I was a little bit disappointed while playing the game. However, this is a absolutely gun-blazing, full throttle, complete mayhem of a game. From the very moment that you finally take control of Sam, the game doesn't really stop apart from interjecting the cutscenes.
You want Mexican? I got Mexican! You want American? I got American! Y'all want a bite of me? Come get your chile con carnage!
Unfortunately, the cutscenes are all the same. They are all just before pretty much a big, massive battle. Sometimes they deliver hilarious one-liners, other times they just don't really hit the mark. Graphically, this game is probably already dated. But to be fair, Cryo Team isn't necessarily a very big developer, so I wasn't expecting anything particularly fancy from them. However, this game is perfectly serviceable. In the time that I played this game, I never had any crashes or dashboards or anything really bad or game-breaking happen to me. And as I mentioned before, this game is absolutely full throttle. From the moment you take control of Sam, when you're actually in the game itself, you are bombarded with hundreds and hundreds of troops at a time, and you have to try and plow your way through them to get to the next area. And I say try and get through to the next area because there's actually quite a lot of detail in each level location. There is a lot of secrets that you can unlock within Serious Sam 4 if you are good enough at the jumps. However, for me, I wasn't that good. I did unlock a few, but there are definitely a lot more secrets within this game that I managed to get myself. And then that brings us to the side quest. This game does have side quests as well as your main quest, which is quite a welcomed surprise. I wasn't expecting it in a game like this. The side quests themselves, though, seem to be harder than the main quest, but they always have a very good reward. You can actually see the reward that you're going to get before even completing a side quest, so if you don't necessarily want the reward, you can just completely choose to ignore the side quest. However, I did find that the side quest would often give me weapons or equipment that normally I wouldn't be able to get within the main mission. This game absolutely isn't a serious game at all. It is absolutely hilarious though. Some of the mobs that you fight are just so funny. Like, you've got these headless mobs that run at you with exploding bombs. I think they're quite hilarious. You can tell them off from a mile off. The vampires in the game are pretty cool too. You know, really cool character designs. And when the game decides to spawn 50 of a troop directly on you, it is scary as hell. You have to backpedal as fast as you can while shooting your shotgun off. The game does get a lot better once you do actually unlock dual wield though. There is a leveling system within this game, and you do actually unlock dual wield, and you can dual wield some pretty awesome weapons. However, the weapons never really go out of a comfort zone. It's all very familiar stuff. There are one or two exceptions to that rule, but in general, it's all very, very familiar weaponry. One of my favourite things within the game though is survival mode. When it comes to these type of games, getting through the level isn't enough. I would like to have a survival mode. This game does do that. You do have to try and survive a fixed amount of time. If you do survive that fixed amount of time, you get to earn rewards or earn the gold mark, for instance, and the survival's a lot of fun. What makes this even more fun, however, is the co-op. Playing this with your friends it just takes it to a whole new level. And it's so weird. If you remember half the stuff I said at the beginning of the review, there's a lot of bad things when it comes to this game. You know, it really isn't as polished as it should be. It never quite goes where you want it to in terms of, you know, the kind of war zone you're expecting to face. And those Duke Nukem style one-liners do get very, very tiresome the longer you play this game. However, my time spent in Serious Sam 4, I absolutely bloody loved it. I couldn't put the game down. It's just got that wanna play more factor, and that's what you want in a game like this. It's just a dumb first-person shooter game that you can run around in and blast as many demons or aliens as you can within, you know, say a 10-15 minute period. Put it down, go do something else, and pick it back up and have a lot of fun again. And if you ask me, that's what this game is meant to be about, a bit of fun. So although I'm only going to score this game a 5 out of 10, honestly, I've had a lot of fun playing the game. It definitely has its faults. If you're looking for a serious game, then Serious Sam 4 isn't for you. But if you're looking for a game that you can pick up and play, maybe a one that you can muck about with your friends, then this could be the game for you. Like I said, it is on Game Pass. If you got Game Pass, I would check it out. I do think the $39.99 US is a little bit steep for what you actually get for your money. Maybe wait until it's on sale is my advice. But if you've enjoyed this review and want to see more just like it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course comment your thoughts down below. For me personally, Serious Sam 4 was the very first time I've even heard of this franchise. I was surprised just how much like Doom it actually was. And I'm glad I've had a chance to actually jump into it because I had a lot of fun. And if you stuck around right to the end of this review, a big thank you to you, and don't forget to comment Red Banana down below just to confuse all those people new to the channel. But I've been the monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy gaming.